Hey everybody, and welcome to Book 4 in the Lara Reads series. This pick is again a very special story that was written after the explosion in Beirut to help the children that were affected. But as you'll see from the story, it is a beautiful story of hope and resilience and community and healing, so it can be used to help children understand what to do when bad things happen. It's called The Little Helpers: What to Do When Bad Things Happen. It's written by Maha Ghazale and Sophie Marsh, and it's illustrated by Ali Liu. Once upon a time, there lived a little ant called Rami. He was a very smart and adventurous little ant. Rami loved to create blanket forts, experiment by mixing Play-Doh and paint in his mummy's baking tray, and drive his ant car around the house. He loved to play, and he loved his house. One day, Rami heard a loud stomp. He felt a little worried and asked his mummy what it was. She said, "It's just people walking on the grass above us, honey. Don't worry. You are safe here." So Rami got used to the loud stomps from up above him. In fact, he enjoyed listening to people giggling and talking right on top of his house. He and his friends would try to eavesdrop on their conversations sometimes, listening to all the funny things they said. Then suddenly, one day while Rami was playing in his room, something big happened. It was bigger than any stomp he had ever heard before. It was like 1,000 stomps all at once, so loud and big that it hurt his little ant ears. 1 minute, he was playing happily, and the next, he had fallen to the floor and he was covered in mud. What had happened? Rami felt scared and worried. He didn't understand, but he knew a bad thing had happened. A very bad thing. Rami looked around and saw that the whole ant's nest was a mess. There was fallen mud everywhere, and in some places there were holes all the way up to the grass above them. All the grown-ups seemed upset, and everyone was talking about the bad thing that had happened. This made Rami feel more scared. He wasn't sure if his lovely house would feel the same again. He wasn't sure if anything would be the same again. Rami didn't feel like talking for the first couple of days, and his tummy hurt too. But his mummy made sure to check up on him and give him lots of cuddles. She said, "I know you feel scared and things seem different. I feel scared too, but I'm here with you to help you feel safe again." Then Mummy told Rami a nice story about a wise old ant. She explained that the wise ant once said, "When something bad happens, look for the helpers." The helpers are here to bring the good back after something bad happens, Mummy explained. I bet it won't take you long to find some. Rami started to feel a bit better and decided to put on a helper hat and go and look for the helpers with his mummy. Mummy showed Rami how some helpers were cleaning the mud from the floor. Some were fixing the holes in the ceiling. Others were baking for their neighbours, and some played music for the others to enjoy. Rami felt so inspired. that he decided to be a helper ant too. He even called up his friends and asked them if they would like to join him on his new adventure. He had so many great ideas. He and his friends gathered some of their toys, books and clothes and gave them away in small boxes to the ants who needed them the most. On the boxes they wrote, "Look for the helpers. With love from the Little Helpers Club." And so things started to get better. And little by little, Rami started to feel better too. He still worried sometimes though. What if a really bad thing happened again? His mummy would hug him tight when he worried about that and reassure him that really bad things like that were very rare, which means they don't happen often at all. And that meant that another really bad thing happening was very unlikely. She couldn't promise that everything would be perfect forever, but she could promise that if they ever needed them, there would always be helpers there, ready to bring the good back again. And so, Rami decided to keep looking for the helpers and the good things. And the more Rami looked, the more good things he noticed. He noticed the ant's nest being fixed and the ants around him smiling more. He noticed friends listening to each other when they felt sad or scared and laughing together when they felt happy and hopeful. He noticed flowers and kindness and the ants all working together as one big team. Soon, Rami had become so good at finding good things and helpers that he saw them everywhere he looked. And he was very, very proud to realize that when he looked into the mirror, he saw a helper there too. The end. I hope you enjoyed that. This story, along with other stories, are available on the website sophiestories.co.uk. Do check them out because they are really fantastic. Thank you.